Yo, what up? What's poppin'? Back at it again with another video for y'all, and this is another hip hop video. I got a question for y'all because these two OGs, these two legends, they're known for both being featured in the song New York with Ja Rule, and now they have like a podcast now. You know what I mean? And yeah, their podcast, it looks pretty cool, but I just got a question for y'all because hopefully this won't be a podcast that starts off and then all of a sudden ends up ending the way Lupe Fiasco and Royce the 5'9" podcast did, because Lupe Fiasco and Royce the 5'9", they started up their podcast called The Lupe and Royce Show, but then they ended up having a fallout. They ended up beefing with each other because Royce the 5'9", he was disrespecting Lupe Fiasco. They ended up having a rap beef, and Lupe Fiasco ended up winning the battle. I mean, I always knew Lupe Fiasco was better than Royce the 5'9", but no disrespect to Royce the 5'9". I love Royce the 5'9", but when it comes down to Lupe Fiasco, yeah, Royce the 5'9", he don't stand a chance. But anyway, back on topic. Could the Fat Joe and Jadakiss podcast be the next big thing in hip hop? Could it be the next big thing in hip hop podcast? Could this end up being better than the Joe Budden podcast? Because I think like with Joe Budden with his podcast, he ended up having like a fallout with the people that he was working with. But could the Joe and Jada podcast, could it be the next big thing in hip hop? My fellow Fat Joe fans, my fellow Jadakiss fans, let's chat. Let's have a discussion about this. I'm gonna give you my answer like I do as always. I feel that the Fat Joe and Jadakiss podcast, I do feel that it definitely has the potential to be the next big thing in hip hop, but I'm not gonna say that it's gonna be the next big thing in hip hop because, sometimes when two people are working together, they have disagreements, and sometimes they end up having fallouts. They may want to do this or they may want to do that. They may want to try different things. Just like when it comes down to the music industry, when it comes down to music groups, rap duos. Yeah, like with Kid and Play ended up splitting up later in their careers, and then Salt and Pepper, they had ended up splitting up, and like DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, like Will Smith ended up going solo. And just like with Slaughterhouse, and yeah, Royce the 5'9" with Slaughterhouse ended up splitting up. Royce the 5'9" was putting the blame on Joel Ortiz and King Cricket for not helping him in the rap beef against Lupe Fiasco. But that's the thing. Joel Ortiz and King Cricket, they didn't have nothing to do with that rap beef. That was between him and Lupe Fiasco. But yeah, I feel the Fat Joe and Jadakiss podcast, I do feel it has the potential to be the next big thing in hip hop. I feel it has the potential to be the next big thing in the rap game. Fat Joe and Jadakiss, they got a lot of history together as rappers, being featured on the song New York with Ja Rule. That's another thing, too. These are two OGs that had beef with 50 Cent. Jadakiss had beef with 50 Cent, and so did Fat Joe. But yeah, the beef between 50 Cent and Fat Joe was squashed now, and far as I know, the beef between 50 Cent and Jadakiss is squashed too. But yeah, that's the thing that both of these rappers have in common. They both had beef with the same rapper. But yeah, my fellow Fat Joe fans, my fellow Jadakiss fans, do y'all feel that their podcast could be the next big thing in hip hop? Let's have a discussion about this. Don't forget, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell on my channel, comment, share, like the video. And again, my new song, my new track, Create Your Own Reality Part 3, it's on my YouTube channel and it's also on my SoundCloud. Y'all can follow me on SoundCloud at Wally G. Let's run it up. Let's blow it up. Love y'all.